This haunting, contemporary Southern Gothic grapples with toxic masculinity and grief among academics. After a childhood tragedy that left them seeing ghosts, Andrew and Eddie became inseparable until Eddie left Andrew to join Vanderbilt's PhD English program and insisted Andrew wait to join him. When Eddie dies by what appears to be suicide shortly after, Andrew is bereft and raging against the all-encompassing grief that strangles him. He doesn't believe for a second that Eddie committed suicide, so Andrew travels to Nashville and joins Vanderbilt's program to get to the bottom of what happened to Eddie. With Eddie's ghost haunting him upon his arrival, he becomes even more certain that something more sinister is going on. Meanwhile, Andrew is forced to look closer at what his relationship with Eddie really entailed and his own gay masculinity. This is a thought-provoking, character-driven ghost story that kept me up reading late into the night.
Mira, a black teacher, returns to her hometown to attend her white childhood friend's wedding, despite her misgivings about the wedding taking place at not only a plantation but a plantation where one of her ancestors was enslaved. Mira is looking forward to seeing Gibson again, the only other black person invited to the wedding. Gibson and Mira had a run-in with a ghost at the plantation when they were kids, leading to Gibson's arrest and the estrangement of all three friends. Mira doesn't expect to see any ghosts at the plantation, but soon the ghosts of the enslaved begin to haunt her every move, eager to tell their story on the anniversary of a slave revolt that took place there. I listened to this intriguing and horrific contemporary ghost story on audio, narrated by Kara Young. Noemi Tagawada is a socialite who delights in parties, fancy dresses, seducing men, and anthropology. After receiving a garbled letter from her recently married cousin and dear friend Catalina, she travels to the distant village of High Place in the decaying mansion that is now Catalina's home. There, she finds Catalina incoherent and lethargic while the family she's married into exudes white colonialist patriarchy, except for the youngest son, Francis, whose shy demeanor and pallid looks are the exact opposite to the men Noemi typically dates. However, in this rank home with no friends, Francis becomes an anchor for Noemi. Meanwhile, ghosts haunt her dreams and it seems as if the house is slowly becoming alive around her. If you haven't read this delightfully creepy gothic yet, move it to the top of your TBR pile. Doctoral student and recent mother Megan is struggling to find the time and energy to complete her doctoral thesis on classic children's book author Margaret Wise Brown with a newborn. One day, she discovers Margaret is living in a room upstairs in her building, but no one else can see the apartment's door. As Megan becomes more and more obsessed with Margaret's life and her ghost upstairs, she accidentally invites the ghost of Michael Strange, Brown's abusive girlfriend, into her home, and scary accidents begin to occur that put Megan's infant daughter at risk. The audiobook narrated by Courtney Patterson adds even more intensity to this deeply unsettling glimpse into postpartum motherhood in Margaret Wise Brown's life. A bride has always wanted to marry in a haunted house, so when she finally gets engaged, the rich friend decides to make her wedding dreams come true and rents a crumbling Heian-era Japanese mansion for a night and flies the bride and a few friends out to witness the wedding. The mansion is rumored to be haunted by the ghost of a woman whose fiancé died before the two could be married. According to the stories, she buried herself alive and forced a girl to be buried with her every year to keep her company. The narrator, Kat, a bisexual Chinese woman struggling with mental illness and suicidal ideation, is the first to realize that the rumors of a ghostly bride may be true. Both lyrical and creepy, this novella will probably give you nightmares. If you haven't picked up this haunted house classic yet by the Queen of Horror, now is the perfect time to do so. Dr. John Montague seeks to research supernatural manifestations in the rumored to be haunted Hill House. To help with his research, he asks 3 others to join him, all of whom have experienced past supernatural activity, as well as the heir to Hill House. As the novel unfolds, the supernatural activity slowly increases, unraveling each character and the personas they have built for themselves. The audiobook read by David Warner is only 6 hours long, so it's also a perfect Halloween listen. Readers of Edith Wharton's best-known early 20th century classics, like The Age of Innocence and Ethan Frome, may not be prepared for these 11 deliciously spooky ghost stories. In Afterward, ghosts haunt Americans visiting Europe for an unexpected reason. In All Souls, written the year of Wharton's death, an elderly woman wakes up after an injury to find her home eerily empty. The husband is berated by his dead wife's ghost and pomegranate seed, while the ghosts in Kerfel are dogs haunting an abandoned castle in Brittany. Atmospheric and clever, these short stories would make perfect reads in the days leading up to Halloween. The ghosts of women populate every page of these 17 interconnected feminist short stories that retell Japanese folktales. But these ghosts aren't the evil, creepy kind, they're out to help other women and to change the world for the better. In the opening story, a ghostly aunt helps her niece realize that beauty standards aren't all they're cut out to be. In another story, a ghost babysits and cleans while a single mother works. Though not scary, the stories do have a layer of eeriness combined with a sense of whimsy and humor that makes this collection an absolutely unique and enchanting read. Set in 19th century Malaya, this lovely historical fantasy is permeated by Chinese folklore and ghosts. Li Lan's father is on the brink of financial ruin, and in the hopes of securing Li Lan's future, he agrees to marry her to the wealthy Lim family's deceased son. Li Lan will become a ghost bride, something she has little desire to become. She's haunted by bad dreams of meeting her ghostly husband. When she visits the Lim family's home, she finds herself falling in love with their new heir, but she knows she has little choice in her fate. When she becomes stuck in the ghost world, she must use her cleverness to find her way out and to secure a future for herself.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.
Being her ghostly husband. When she visits the Lim family's home, she finds herself falling in love with their new heir, but she knows she has little choice in her fate. When she becomes stuck in the ghost world, she must use her cleverness to find her way out and to secure a future for herself.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.